First things first, the nose. Left brain, logical, analytical mind. Right brain, between your eyebrows, taking a deep breath in.
Who not cool, giving movement and measurement. We sending it, the sedentary sediment and sentiments are disassembled as we progress on the regimen.
Beyond boundaries, everything aroused me. God is all around me, look within and I found it. Beyond boundaries, everything around.
Hello class, today we're going to talk about this awesome book called Breath. There's many really wonderful chapters and segments in this book that I find are extremely worth mentioning and teaching you in a really simple, easy format here so that you can digest the super important information all on your own, okay? First things first, the nose. Nose is such an absolutely essential part of our daily routine. The Native Americans, what they would do is they would cover their baby's lips as they're growing so that during their formative years they wouldn't be ever breathing through the mouth. And what did they find about these people? Well, they found that their teeth are as straight as a piano and that their jaw lines are as defined as they come and their faces are tight and beautiful. So it's so essential to breathe through the nose, and I even find myself, especially while talking, sometimes breathing in like that. And they would go as far back in the day, as it's said in this book, to not even smile with their mouth open because they didn't want any air in their mouth. I think it's such an interesting concept, and finding some kind of middle ground or be an extremist. It would be very beneficial if you were to be an extremist in this way. But to each his own, you know. We're all just at our own level, at our own pace, doing what feels right for us. And the main thing is that we can habituate breathing through the nose more frequently and more consciously all the time. So just like we had committed to one another recently, we said and committed to ourselves that we are going to be a conscious breather from here on out for the rest of our lives. So with that being said, we're going to break down a little bit about what's really going on with the nose. So did you know? First, let's take our hand and let's breathe out. See, is one nose, then cover one nostril, see which one is more open. I'm so happy that finally my right one's open, because this morning, all morning, I typically am in a left nostril mode, but I did this practice that called single nostril breathing, where you breathe in and out one. So my right nostril, which is responsible for the left hemisphere of my brain, which is the creativity, it's the parasympathetic state. When your left nostril is primarily open, you are more in a parasympathetic state. When your right nostril is more open, you are in a sympathetic state, which is responsible for computing, for logic, any kind of technical analysis and language application. So it's so essential to know that there's not a right or wrong. We often speak at the Breath Coach School about wanting to be in a parasympathetic state. Well, we say that on the premise of most people are only in a sympathetic state. They're only in fight or flight. They never know any chill, constantly anxious, constantly experiencing struggle, anxiety, and tightness. So it's so essential and crucial for our evolution to know that there's not just one right way. Both are needed, but breaking the pattern of the active sympathetic state as the habitual state, because maybe when you just checked, maybe your right one is more open, and maybe you don't know when the last time that you've just been so peaceful that you're like, oh, I know I just slept 8 hours, but I'm so relaxed. I'm so at ease. I kind of just want to close my eyes and experience and feel my heart, feel my lower dantian. And it's so cool to be able to become a conscious breather and fluctuate at will between these two spectrums, which would be the right nostril and the left nostril. They found that the left and right nostrils being opened actually has something to do with the stages of the sun and the moon, and they found that everybody in this one study that was in a new moon cycle or a full moon cycle, that everybody in the study had the same exact nasal passages open upon waking in the morning. So if it's surprising to you, your nose is not only connected to the sun, the stars, and the moon, but your nose has a layer of tissue within it that is responsible for erections. So yes, your nose has erections, and your nose having erections also is why it vacillates between left and right nostril being open. When you have sexual thoughts, especially as a man, your nose will begin to tighten, and if you have an erection, your nose begins to close. It's literally the same exact type of erectile tissue that's in your nose as on your nipples, as on your genitals and your penis and the clitoris for women. That's why when you do drugs, it's so easily received inside your nose. So that people talk about doing things intranasally. You know, and as me as an ex-drug addict, that's why I have this thing on my nose, is because I had to heal myself from all of my intranasal drug use. And now this, alongside all the times that I've broken my nose in various circumstances, this helps my nose so much, and that's why you see me wearing it pretty often. The coolest thing is that when we're able to really work with our nose from using techniques like NADI SHODHANA, which is alternate nostril breathing, which we'll teach you here in a moment, alongside other techniques such as, if you're wanting to get more into a sympathetic state, you cover your left nostril and you just take as many full breaths as you can through the right, but your right nostril might be so tight that you can't even breathe in it. It feels like if you're covering this one, well then you're not breathing, but you just kind of force it slowly. You don't force it, but you slowly breathe it in. But for me, now that my right one's open, I want to keep it open, so I'm not going to fix it. So cover the left one, saying you want to get your right one opened, and you'll breathe to whatever desired side is. So if you want your right brain active, you have your left nostril open. If you want your left brain active, you have your right nostril open. Left brain, logical, analytical mind. Right brain, creativity, reception, the feminine essence, dissolving, softness, parasympathetic. So together now we're going to go over one of my favorite breaths, which is NADI SHODHANA, aka alternate nostril breathing. So we'll take one hand, our left hand, and place the palm on our knee with our spine erect, pinching our shoulder blades back gently. Now taking your two fingers, putting them together with your smaller two fingers also together, like so. Palm flat facing the sky, placing your pointer and ring finger in between your eyebrows, taking a deep breath in, and then taking your right thumb and placing it on your right nostril and breathing out of the left nostril. And then breathing into the left nostril, covering the left nostril with your ring finger, and then breathing out of the right. Breathing into whatever nostril you just breathed out of, so breathing into the right nostril, fully in, and once you're filled, covering it with the right thumb and breathing out of the left nostril, the opposite nostril. And whichever nostril you just took a breath out from is the one that you breathe into. So you breathed out of the left, now breathe into the left nostril, covering it with your ring finger and breathing out of the right. Breathing into the right nostril, fully in, covering it, and breathing out of the left. Breathing into the left, covering it, and breathing out of the right. Breathing into the right, covering it, and breathing out of the left. And from here we can relax. With a gentle smile on your face, palms facing the sky, resting on the knees. Take a nice full normal breath in. And begin to notice your state. See how you're feeling. A sense of calmness has come over you. Very good. You can slowly open your eyes.